So what is going on, guys? Welcome to another Garden Warfare 2 video. Today I'm going to be covering all of the character balancing changes coming to the Plants team in the next content update that is planned to be at the end of May, and it is called Trouble in Zombopolis Part 1. Now yes, I have made a video very similar to this a few days ago, but now we have the actual changes in writing and very detailed. So I thought I would make a detailed video for you guys talking about all of the changes that we are going to be getting. If you do want to check out the zombie side though, I will leave the link down in the description, and you can click on the annotation at the end of the video and it will send you straight to the video when it does go live on my channel. But first off, we are going to be taking a look at the Citron character class, and these are the changes. So first off, they've made changes to Citron's critical hit area. You're only going to be able to get a critical hit on Citron as a zombie when you do hit him in the face. That means that it's going to be harder to take Citron out because you're not going to be getting as many critical hits. They've also had it so Citron can now fire sooner after coming out of ball form, which is going to be especially useful for the low gravity maps, because I love going into the Citron ball, jumping high into the air, changing into the standard Citron position and firing my laser at the zombies from above. So this is going to make it even easier and going to be so much more awesome being able to fire as Citron as soon as you come out of ball form. And the final change across all Citron character classes is they've removed movement speed penalty from transition in and out of Citron ball form. Moving on to individual characters, we have the standard Citron. They've increased close range damage impact from 5 to 6. That means that if you are close to a zombie, your damage is more likely going to be 6 now rather than 5. Now, they've also increased the explosion damage from 5 to 6 as well. I feel like that is when there are two zombies next to each other and you're firing at one zombie. Maybe the damage to the zombie next to it is also going to be increased damage as well. They've also reduced the fall off start end distance from 25 and 35 meters to 20 and 30 meters. So what the damage fall off means is that the further you are away, that means the damage is going to fall off sooner. So before, you used to be 25 and 30 meters away before the damage would fall off from 5 and 6 to lower than that, maybe 4 and 3. Now that is only 20 and 30 meters, so they've reduced it, so that means you need to be closer to the zombies to be able to do the high-end damage of 5 and 6. They've also reduced heat generated when firing the weapon, so it's going to take longer to overheat his weapon as well. And they've also reduced the reticle bloom for the Citron character class, which I'm guessing is the particle effects that are appearing when you do fire your weapon, because they are quite big and distracting a little bit. So I'm feeling that that is what the reticle bloom is. If not, I'm guessing it's going to be how much the actual reticle moves when you are firing, but it is going to be one of the two. I'm not 100% sure what that is yet, but I do think that it is the particle effects when you are firing the Citron's laser. Moving on to the frozen Citron, they've increased the long range damage from 5.5 to 6.5. They've also reduced the heat generated when firing the weapon as well, so that means it's going to take longer to overheat his weapon. And they've also once again reduced the reticle bloom for the frozen Citron character. And finally, we have Electro Citron. They have increased the damage of the standard shot. This is when you do just tap the trigger and send a single shot towards them. This is not a charge shot at all, but they have increased the close range and long range damage of this attack. The close range damage has gone from 4.5 to 8, and the long range damage has gone from 2.5 to 6. So that is a huge increase for the standard shot for the Electro Citron. They've reduced the mid-charge shot for this character though, which is once you charge up kind of once, and the close range and long range damage has been reduced. The close range damage has been reduced from 25 to 20, and the long range damage has been reduced from 15 to 10. And they've also reduced the max charge shot damage as well. The close range impact damage has gone from 35 to 30, and the long range impact damage has gone from 25 to 20. Now each one of these charge shots has got some reduced fall off end distance, which means that the further you are away from them, the less effective the damage is going to be. For the mid charge shot, it's gone from 30 meters to 20 meters, and the end distance is 60 meters and 50 meters. And also for the max charge shot, the fall off start end distance, the start distance is 40 meters, that has now gone to 30 meters, and the end distance is 80 meters, and it has now changed to 60 meters. So what that means is that they've reduced how far you can be away from the targets before you can get that maximum amount of damage. You need to be closer to the characters. So the standard shot for the Electro Citron has been increased, it's been buffed, and the charge shots have been nerfed. Moving over over to the Kernel Corn class, there is no overall changes across all of the characters, so we are going to start off with the standard Kernel Corn. Now, they have increased his magazine capacity by 5. That means he did used to have 35 bullets. He now has 40. They've also reduced the reticle bloom, which I do think is the kind of effects that you do have when you are firing as the character. And then they have increased his accuracy slightly as well. Now, keep in mind that the increased capacity from 35 to 40 is not including an ammo upgrade, so that means that you will be able to go to 45 if you do have an ammo upgrade for the Kernel Corn character. Now, for Barbecue Corn, they have reduced the magazine capacity by 5, so that means he did used to have 35 and now he has 30, and that is the only change we have for Barbecue Corn. Moving on to Popcorn, they've increased the magazine capacity by 3, so he does get an extra burst fire. He used to have 33 bullets, now he has 36. Moving over to Mob Cob, they have increased the damage of Mob Cob by 0.5. They have reduced the reticle bloom for this character as well, and also increased the accuracy slightly for Mob Cob. And the final change for the Kernel Corn class is Party Corn. They have increased the magazine capacity by 5. He used to have 30 bullets, he now has 35. They've increased the long range damage from 3.5 to 4.5. They've also increased the damage fall off start distance from 10 meters to 20 meters. So what this means is that you can be further away from the zombies and still deal that higher amount of damage before it does then give you the long range damage of 4.5. They've also reduced the reticle bloom and also increased the accuracy slightly for the Party Corn character. Now, all of these that have had a magazine capacity increase or decrease, Kernel Corn used to be 35, it's now 40. Barbecue Corn used to be 35, it's now 30. Popcorn was 33, it's now 36. And Party Corn used to be 30 and it's now 35. That is not including an ammo upgrade, so if you do want to get some extra bullets, you can put an ammo upgrade on these characters. For the Rose character class, they have made some character changes across all of the character. They have increased the maximum tracking angle by 5 degrees. They've also increased the lock-on distance by 5 meters, so that means that you can be further away from the zombies and your bullets will still lock onto them. And they have also slightly increased the reticle to target lock-on angle, which I think means that if the zombies are not in the center of your reticle will still be highlighted red, and the bullets are going to be more likely to lock on to the zombies. Moving on to specific characters, the Fire Rose has had an increased rate of fire, and also you will be able to move faster as the Fire Rose when you are charging up your weapon. For Frost Rose, they've increased the projectile movement speed, they've also increased the rate of fire, and also they have increased the damage of the charged shots. For the mid-charge shot, the damage has been increased from 20 to 25, and for the max charge shot, the damage has been increased from 35 to 40. There is only one character change for the Peashooter class, and that is the Electro Peashooter. They've increased the projectile movement speed and also have increased the manual detonation explosive damage. This is not the overall damage of the character if it directly hits a zombie, it's just if you do manually explode his weapon, the damage has been increased for that character. For the Chomper class, they have changed the camera that is used when you are playing as this character. They've turned it to be more similar to the one in Garden Warfare 1, because people seem to be more of a fan of that camera angle than the one in Garden Warfare 2. They've also improved the digestion time upgrade multipliers, so if you're playing as a Chomper and you do have an upgrade where it's going to be able to digest the zombies quicker, that has now been improved, so you are going to see more of a difference if you do use those upgrades. And the final change for the Chomper class is to do with Chomp Thing. He will now begin to regenerate health almost immediately after taking damage. Probably the biggest changes to the Garden Warfare 2 character changes is the Sunflowers. They have increased all Sunflower damage by 10 to 20%, which is a huge amount of damage for the Sunflowers, and I'm happy that they have had this change as well. That means there's still kind of the healer for the plants team, but they're still going to be able to go in there and take some of the zombies out. They've also reduced the cooldown time for the Heal Flower and the Dark Flower by 10 seconds, so that means you're going to be able to use those abilities a lot more often in the games as well. And they have made some changes to the Mystic Flower and also the Stuffy Sunflower. For the Mystic Flower, they have increased ammo depletion for charged shots. That means when you do charge a shot as the Mystic Flower, it's going to take up more ammo, so that means you can do less charged shots before you do need to reload. And for the Stuffy Sunflower, they've increased the health gained from the sun drops when you do vanquish zombies. It used to be 5 health that you would get per sun. That has now been increased to 8. And the final character change that we do have for the plant side is for the Cactus Cactus class. This is the Jade Cactus. They've reduced the magazine capacity by 2. It used to be 12, it will now be 10, and they've also reduced the impact damage from 10 to 8.5. But those are all of the changes that we do have for Garden Warfare 2 on the plant side. Like I did say at the start of the video, if you do want to go check out the zombie side, I will leave a link down in the description when the video does go live on my channel, and you can go and check it out. But there we go, guys. That is it for this video. Let me know your thoughts on these changes in the comment section down below. Let me know about the ones that you are happy about. Let me know about the ones that you are not happy about, and I would really love to hear your opinions on the overall changes for the plants side. Let me know what you think about them in the comment section down below, and hopefully I'll catch you guys next time.